Tarana, I'm gonna talk to you because you're my sister. You won't be mean to me.
Come on.
I mean, one of the reasons we have you here is to talk about some of these issues that are going on in the news from a black perspective.
Yeah.
The last 2 weeks we've been talking about reproductive justice, the question about abortion or anti-abortion movements, all this stuff, and a lot of people say, what does this have to do with black people?
Has everything to do with black people. Although it's portrayed in the media as if we disproportionately get abortions, and that's not true, right? Black women are not the largest group of people to get abortions in the country, but so many of us fall into low-income categories and need access to reproductive services, including abortion, not just abortion. But one of the problems is that when they try to do things like shut down Planned Parenthood, it's a sweeping, it's a sweeping thing, and they're doing it to shut down abortion, but we need other access to other parts of their services in Planned Parenthood.
Like
right?
what? What else is happening?
We need Pap smears. We need to go and get checked for STDs. We need to go and get birth control, right? So that we don't have to get abortions, right?
Right.
And when they shut down these organizations like Planned Parenthood that do that, they shut all access down. But also, we need access to access to people who can give safe abortions. And abortions are not going to stop by them being banned. And that's what people don't really realize. You're not going to stop abortions. You're just going to make them unsafe again.
And that's the scariest part for me. Like understanding that, people don't have an option anymore. Yeah. So now they're causing harm to themselves by doing it not by the book, not going to a doctor. I'm very scared about that.
Or risking going to jail.
Or risk going to jail,
So there are so many more things that we should be worried about.
Yeah.
And it's like my rights, my body, as a woman, as women, we shouldn't have to fight for things that are naturally happening to us. Like if that's the case, then we need to have some control on the other side as well, because we're not doing it to ourselves.
Yeah.
But
they're not gonna like arrest men for not using condoms, right?
Oh, they'll never do that.
Let's just ban
They'll never do that.
Like that's so insane to me. And I have to ask, because as a person who's been in this fight for so long, how do you feel like we got here? Because when I saw the first story break that it was officially, the bills were coming, I felt like I was in 1933.
Oh no, no. Let me people should know this. This has been in process for a long time.
Right.
Before Trump.
Way before Trump.
Right.
This is like the finale. They're coming to the finale. I lived in Alabama. I worked in Alabama for over a decade. It was almost impossible to get an abortion before these bans in Alabama.
Wow.
I worked with young girls who had been sexually assaulted, who needed abortion services, or who just got pregnant and didn't want to have the baby. It was almost impossible. There were very few clinics that even performed abortions in Alabama. So that was already the case. But what we're seeing happening it's been in progress for a long time. So once they got Kavanaugh in place and they had the majority in the court and they had a person who was anti-abortion like he was and was gonna, this is about destroying Roe versus Wade.
Yep.
Right.
Right? So if they get these laws are crazy, right? You're talking about a doctor who can get 99 years in jail for performing abortion, a woman who can get a felony. These are like, in our rational mind, sound crazy.
Yes.
But what it does is it forces the ACLU and other organizations like that to challenge it in the court. They challenge it in the court. If it gets past federal, it gets kicked up to the Supreme Court, and then they can challenge Roe versus Wade. This is all a plan.
One of these laws that I saw was the fetal heartbeat law, and it was like basically saying that anything after 6 weeks is now illegal. But a lot of women, most women don't know they're pregnant.
Realize they're
Right,
pregnant.
right,
I
right.
probably found out at 8 weeks, if that. And it's, reality speaking, you miss that first period, you just like, okay, God.
We gotta talk.
Maybe I'm stressed.
Right, like, oh, you know what it was? I had switched up, and you start talking. You're gonna talk to your girlfriends for a smooth 2 weeks after your first period.
You might buy the test and then
You
let
might-
it
and
sit
then
in your
the test or
bathroom
sit
for
in your
about a week.
bathroom.
You're like,
I did not know.
I'm good.
Oh, please.
I didn't know that neither.
Yeah, I didn't know it.
I thought y'all knew like the day. You know?
Right, yeah.
My body, I'm pregnant.
No, if
Right.
you have, I have a girlfriend who has like 5 kids. She know after the 3rd kid, she's like, I'm pregnant.
Oh, yeah. Like the Wayans mom.
That's not
bad. You just know.
Some people know, but no, that heartbeat, that is so dangerous because it also just criminalizing sexual activity, really, right? It's just this rush to make everything criminal is so immoral to me, and so many. It's just, and it's also disingenuous,
Yes.
right? Because these are young white girls who are getting abortions, and I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen when they make public affordable abortions illegal, they just gonna go to their doctors and their clinics and their private doctors, and these white girls are gonna continue to get abortions that their families are like, oh, you're 17, Susie? No, you're gonna get an abortion so you can go on to Harvard or whatever. But we get stuck having these children.
And going to jail.
And not even just going to jail, but they only care about life in that moment of conception in the womb.
Right.
When that girl from whatever low wealth community has that baby, she has no services.
Right.
They want to cut welfare, they want to cut.
And it's in the South where black people are. I mean, that's the other thing. A lot of these
54%.
54%. Right.
Yes.
So this is happening crazy.